So today we're working on a 5 horsepower Briggs Stratton with the pulsa carb. Looks similar to this one, except the one in here has a pickup tube right here too. Now this engine was sitting outside for many years. I was trying to get it running again. I did get it running after checking spark, fuel, etc. Made sure the diaphragm was good, no tears in it, which would be in here, so that would be a different problem. Now the problem I was having was once it was running, I was leaking gas out the carburetor right down in there. It was running down the fuel tank, making a big mess. So I resealed that gasket, thinking it would fix that problem. Well, it kind of did, but the engine still wasn't running right. Still leaked a little, especially when I revved it up. Now it was so sensitive that even changing the idle mixture screw, even an eighth a turn, would kill the engine. So I was constantly going back and forth trying to adjust this and the idle screw, and was just getting nowhere. Then it got to the point where I'd finally get it running good, shut it off, and then it just would not start back up. Unless sometimes if I turned this in or out a little bit, and then it would fire, and it was just a big mess. So what it ended up being, if you have all those symptoms, you're leaking the gas out, you can't control your idle, the idle mixture screw doesn't seem to be doing much. I even had this screwed all the way in and it was still running. After I shut it off, the other thing it did before too is I would hear gurgling in here. It would actually fill up the carburetor. For some reason, after I shut it off, it would start back feeding into there. And it's not doing that anymore. Now the problem I was having, when I had it running, all I did was crack this loose. And then it ran great. I had full adjustment on this again. I could adjust the idle. It sounded good, revving it up and down. I forgot one other problem I did have before was even when I revved it up, sometimes the idle would stay way up. It would not come back down. After I cracked this loose, all the problems went away. So these caps are vented. Now I checked that first, thinking, oh, okay, looks good. Those holes, they're not plugged up. They look fine. Well, I had missed a problem. And I'll show you. Pop these. Yep, here, hold on. Alright. So what I missed was pop this out as careful as you can, just so you don't rip it up. But these are supposed to be vented. Now I cleaned one. I just wanted to show you if you can see it, so if it'll focus. You can kind of see it. So this one is clean. That one's clean. These two are plugged. This one was plugged, which is why when I cracked the cap loose, that I didn't have a problem. So you just clean these out. Pick, you can use a piece of wire from a wire brush. See, that just knocked it off. That just knocked it right out. And this one, punch a hole right through there. Hard to see with the rust, but they're all clean now. There. Now you can kind of see it. So, you want those holes open. This has to be vented. Then Push that right back in. Now you have a vented cap. Now when I go to start it, it actually starts first pull, and I don't leak gas anymore. There you go. Simple fix. Hopefully that works for you.